We're living in unprecedented times. How many times have you heard that expression during this pandemic? But what does it actually mean for you as a leader? I'm Simon Foster. I'm an executive coach. I used to be the client service director for a global organization, and I'm based just outside London, UK. Let me share with you the story of a manager I've been working with over the past year and his journey, because there are some themes from it that I see in a lot of the people I'm coaching at the moment. This guy's a senior manager in an engineering organization, and he realized fairly early on that his leadership style wasn't going to cut it during this particular crisis. So through the coaching we've done together, he's identified 3 key areas that he felt he needed to pay attention to and develop. The first one was empathy, so seeing things from other people's points of view. He realized he just didn't do that enough. He didn't know, for example, in his team, who were the people that were really struggling with not being in the office and around their colleagues all the while. Who were the people really worried about elderly parents who were shielding? Who were the people trying to juggle homeschooling their kids as well as doing their day job? The second area was about flexing his leadership style. On reflection, he realized that his default style was command and control, and that was previously driving a culture of presenteeism in his team rather than the productivity and performance that he needed. So he looked at changing his communications, the frequency, the medium, the content, and changing that to suit the needs of his team. Second area within that was that he realized he'd been largely focusing on inputs, like what time do people log on, how long did they work for, rather than the outputs in terms of have they achieved what needed to be done. The third area then was being aware that he was a role model and people were looking to him to see how to navigate this crisis. And he realized that he needed to show more flexibility in terms, for example, of measuring outputs rather than inputs, in terms of taking a break during the day, so that he had no screen time when he went for a walk or for a run, and that he was giving other people permission to be flexible, because they were focusing on what needed to be done, not the timing for getting that done. And also he needed to show trust in them, that they were the experts, they would get the priorities done in time. And by looking at those 3 areas together and developing them, he's created a team that is not just surviving, but thriving. So I hope those tips are really useful to you. Keep safe.